here in Dallas, Texas at the Innovation Lab with Kevin Penry from Life Church. And Kevin, earlier today we were talking about the importance of staying connected to the mission and answering the question of why when it comes to as your multi-site model develops. Talk to us a little bit about that. What are the challenges, and how have you guys kind of figured some of that out at Life Church?
Well, probably the decision we made early on to come up with a segment of our organization that's called Central Support that is not associated with any one campus. That group, or the roles that are in that segment, are really left challenged, or can be left challenged, to stay connected with life transformation, the things that are happening. So we have to really be deliberate. These are the people that are actually creating, in many instances, the resources that are being used and executed at the campus level, and tremendous outcomes are occurring and lives are being changed. But a person has to be real deliberate, an organization has to be very deliberate to keep those outcomes connected to the people that are investing their lives in those resources. Many of us don't even realize, because our path to where we are today may have been one of ministry, and we may not realize how we get fed off of that, what that looks like when we're present, when we see a life changed, when we hear a story, when we just absorb what goes on whenever God does what only He can do in a life. And it's caught us by surprise, I would say, in some instances, how producing the resources that may enable that and empower it don't necessarily keep us in proximity to or connected with that experience of actually seeing the transformation. So we require all of our central team members to be engaged and involved at a campus, and be participating where they can actually feel that. We also try to do a better job of sharing those stories of life change and transformation. And when we're together, we try to really be sure that the central team members that are producing those resources that made those transformations real, that they are able to connect with that in some possible way.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about, you mentioned that it's kind of a requirement that everybody on your directional leadership team is engaged on a campus.
Actually,
what are some of those
central support?
Central support, okay.
Certainly directional leadership team as well, but broader than that, the central support team.
And what do some of those engagements look like? I mean,
well, we're going to require that they volunteer on a campus. You know, we ask all of committed members at Life Church to serve, and so just once a person comes on staff, we don't drop that ask for that commitment. So. It could be everything from being involved in kids ministries. It could be as an usher and a greeter. It could be serving with youth. It could be in missions. It could be certainly as a life group leader, because they're required to be in a life group as well. So too many times it could become easy or automatic that once I attain a position within the church organization centrally, that's what I need to be. That's all I need to do. And if we're not careful, we can find ourselves separated and disconnected from our very reason that brought us to where we're at.
Okay. Kind of what's been your point of connection, and how's that been life-giving to you?
Well, I've been challenged by it. I've got to tell you, and that's the way that when challenged, the way that I connect is I went from trying to visit as many campuses as I can on a weekend to going and staying at one campus for an entire weekend. That's a small change that could be. I'm more directly engaged with life groups and missions and the leadership there, taking advantage of opportunities to relate to and speak into the lives of our life group and mission pastors and engaging with them there. When possible, we try to find ourselves directly involved in baptisms. We certainly make ourselves available for funerals and weddings, and those types of things that come with the personal connections, where we can actually see what God's doing and actually touch it and feel it, be a part of it.
Very good. Thanks so much. Appreciate all you guys continue to do at Life Church.tv and the incredible ministry you have there, and thanks so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you, and thank you for what Leadership Network does. We couldn't be doing what we're doing today without without Leadership Networks providing a platform for us to learn and explore where God would have us to go.
Very good. Thanks.